You're watching Talonted Productions.
You're watching Connect Four.
I guess the last two movies I've seen, and I want to get somebody else's take on this. One was Rogue One, and then the other one, a little less known. I've even asked people if they've seen Passengers, nobody knew what it was. You say, oh, Chris Pratt and J-Law, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I know what that is. But they don't. Because most of the time, when you ask people about it, they think it's some alien movie,
Yeah.
or that there's gonna be some kind of war or whatever. Spoilers. This is going to be all spoilers. It's not that great of a movie. I'm just going to tell you that right
It's one
now.
of those movies where I don't care if I spoil it for you.
If you ever do get around to see it, it's not really going to ruin anything. Basically, the movie was just like a love story in space, is what I'm seeing.
Because actually, they found out it was they kind of stole the idea from either it was a comic strip from the like 50s or 60s, or it was an Outer Limits episode.
I thought that movie was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. The concept, I think, is beautiful of, humans going out into space and actually starting franchise planets.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as the love story goes, it was a good love story. If you're into sci-fi and you want to bring your girlfriend to something nerdy that you can tolerate, that's romantic. It's a good movie. I am very agitated with the science behind it. Okay, so the concept of the movie is there's this big mega company, it's going to be an offshoot of Google, a few hundred years from now, that has made these ships that put all these passengers to sleep for like
80 years.
No, it was more than that. It was like 100 years or something like that. And they put them to sleep for 100 years and they go to these other planets to colonize. And Chris Pratt is one of these passengers, and his pod malfunctions, and he wakes up early. And all that I can agree with. Like you can tell someone there spent the time to like try to make it as realistic but still sci-fi as possible. But there's one scene in particular that just drove me completely nuts. So they get into the engine room, which is this fusion reactor. And you can tell it's a fusion reactor because this entire plasma chain that they have going is being magnetically held in place. Because when you have a fusion reactor like that, there's no material on this planet or in the universe that could contain that. That's why they have to use magnets. He ends up saving the ship by ripping a door off of like the side of the ship and blocking his plasma discharge like it's a flamethrower. And it's like he would have just been like a pair of boots by the end of it. And apart from that, the rest of the movie does not bother me. But I was just like grinding my teeth like this.
I don't know. Did you think about this much? That he hand selects his girlfriend and then ruins her life by waking her up. Which I mean, that does beg the question: what would you do? I mean, if you're alone, do you leave everyone else asleep?
No, I would wake up like probably 20% of the female population. Make it look like an accident.
I was kind of mad. I'm like, what is up with this? Is creepy. But then I was thinking
totally
about
creepy.
it, and I'm like, what would I do?
It's like creepy in those instances where like you kind of get it. It's a
Plasma coils aside, it was a little hard to like.
It's a little like I guess a little rapey.
Yes.
Like psychologically rapey, not physically rapey. And
but overall, it can wait. It can wait for a DVD. Like he said, it's a good Netflix and chill movie. But other than that, very, very cool to look at.